Strike. Mortgage applications have been the lowest since 1995. So buying now should be out of the question, right? Well, not exactly. Hello, everyone. I'm Michael Citron coming to you live with the real estate market update for this week. Sellers are on strike, but how long will this last? Remarkably, only 7 out of the nation's 200 largest markets have managed to reclaim pre pandemic inventory levels. This means that there's less buyers in the market because they don't want to trade their 2 to up to 5% interest rates for a 7 plus percent rate today. But does that really mean more for somebody like you who is watching the video? So, what are these disadvantages and advantages of purchasing today with high interest rates? Well, let's look at the disadvantages. Obviously, your monthly payment will be more money, but how long will that be? Now, understand there's 5 year arms, 7 year arms, there's 15-year mortgages, there's 30-year mortgages. I heard there could be even 40-year mortgages, and they'll give them to you if you're 90 years old. So the disadvantage would be that you would have a rate that would be higher. Your monthly payment would be higher. But how long would it be higher? Well, the Fed is trying to combat inflation by raising rates. So once they get their rate goal at 2% inflation, they will start pulling back. Once that happens, which could be in the next 6 to 12 months or even sooner, you will see interest rates drop, allowing you as the borrower and potential, purchaser today to be able to get a refinance on your mortgage. Some banks are giving you free refinances. They're offering to pay down your closing cost credits in the future. That's how much they know that people are going to refinance who have bought maybe in the last year or so and into the future. So understand the disadvantage would be higher payments, but it'd be for a shorter period of time. And to be honest, I really look at that as one of the lowest, one of the only disadvantages, because prices are still going up because people who have to buy have to compete with sellers who are on strike. As I said earlier, they're not looking to sell. So they don't have to drop their price. They don't have to move. Look what they would do. Would you move if you're going to trade for a 2 to 5% rate to a 7 without knowing the facts? So what are these advantages that you hear me talking about? Well, you get a house. You have homes to look at. Yeah, there's 90 homes for sale in Parkland right now. Inventory's low in all areas across the country. But we had 40 to 60 homes for sale in the last 6 to 18 months. So you do have more inventory. And the sellers that are on the market, they're serious sellers. They want to sell. They might have to sell. And they might be willing to sell at maybe a little bit lesser price. The other advantage is you get the home that you love. I always said we used to say the 5 must-haves. You used to be able to get 1 or 2 in the last year or two because there were so many people banging down the door to buy houses. So now you might get 4 out of 5 or even 5 out of 5 must-haves. You can do an inspection. You can do an appraisal. You can have your loan commitment. You don't have to waive anything. You can do your due diligence on a house that you truly love. And honestly, if you buy with a higher interest rate right now and you get ahead of this where you could refinance this loan down in the next year or two, you're actually getting ahead of the refinance market. So there are also banks offering programs where you can actually buy down the loan now. It might cost you maybe a point or more now of the loan amount, but if you do that now, you could get ahead of the time that you might have to refinance when rates go down in the 4 or 5, maybe 6% range in the next 12 to 24 months. So getting ahead of this is you have the house of your dreams. You're buying down things that you can pay taxes on the interest on your loan. You are also able to live in the house the way you want, to not have a landlord tell you how to live there, and to be able to tell you when you are going to move out of that house. You make that decision when you're a homeowner. So those are just some of the advantages of buying now and not having to be a buyer in a market that was crazy. Now, I'm not saying the market's going to be crazy like it was, right after COVID when rates were in the 2 to 4% range. But if we get down under 6%, statistically, 5 million people across this nation can afford a house, and they will be ready, able, and looking for homes. We have people right now that are looking for homes that are just on the fence. Imagine if the interest rate went down a point to a point and a half in a few months or 6 months or so. Buyers will be jumping back on the fence because, again, buyers don't buy houses, they buy payments. So for my fellow real estate agents listening out there, I saw some statistics about Zillow that really frightened me. So did you know that Zillow sold 137 million leads to agents in 2022? But there were only 5.6 million sales last year. Please understand, Zillow lost almost $1 billion last year by getting in the real estate business of buying homes and trying to resell them. So that failed miserably. So they went back to their old school ways of, putting up, their websites for lead generating systems for real estate agents. When you are going on Zillow to learn about your home value, search for properties or realtor.com, similar sites. Those sites are in place only because they make money on real estate agents mostly. They have some other ads, but that's what their really audience is for making money and paying bills. So if you're an agent looking at these websites and you're a consumer right now, understand that Zillow is not the most effective way to be looking for real estate. It's a great start, but it should start by getting you to a really great local agent that can give you the best information, up-to-date knowledge, know the market by the back of their hand, and understand if Zillow almost lost $1 billion last year, they should stay in the market of generating leads for agents than trying to be a real estate company. And that failed miserably, and it will fail miserably because algorithms and online computer systems will never replace real estate agents. So understand that. It shocks me that agents would actually pay this kind of money to get leads that the chances of converting those leads are very low. So this week in Parkland real estate, our inventory, again, is still hovering around that 85, 90 plus homes. We currently have 92 homes for sale right now. 35 of those 92 homes, 28% of them have been reduced in price. And the average days on market for those homes, and they're not under contract, is 74 days. Remember, 5 months or so, we're considering time on market, a buyer's market. So 74 days could take another 30 days for those homes to go under contract. We're almost at that period, 4 or 5 months. So very important to understand that, pricing a home 6 months ago price is different. And an algorithm like Zillow cannot effectively tell you how to price your home. An agent can, an expert local agent. Just in the past 7 days alone, we've had 11 new listings come on the market, 12 price reductions, 9 homes went under contract, and 18 homes closed and sold. Our median sales price has gone up now to $1,250,000 year to date. As I said, sellers are on strike, but prices are going up. Rentals, we talked about last week, are going up. They went up about 8 to 9% from last year alone. So what is going on with the mortgage interest rates? Well, we've seen some CPI reports, some good news, some less favorable news. It's really been consistent that I believe that the Fed will continue to raise rates. I think their September meeting, they're going to raise rates. They have to, because they're not getting the inflation to the number that they are set to do. And I think we will see that. So right now, our 30-year fixed mortgage today is 7.14. The 15-year rate is 6.48. 30-year jumbo 7.15. And that's really where Parkland Real Estate is. 10-year treasury, we're certainly above 4 at 4.16. And that's what the Fed's looking to do. They're looking to get that inflation down. They want to stop spending. Understand that pre-pandemic, we call it shelter. What percentage of your income was going to shelter? And, before the pandemic, it's probably around 15%, maybe 20 plus percent in certain areas. Can I tell you that we're at about 60 plus percent of our, what we're spending from our income on shelter? So remember this. So if you are thinking about making a move and you're tired of renting, because I think rental prices are going to go up. They went up from $6,000 on average last summer to $6,500 already this summer. It could go up more. We could be having a house in here, average house mortgage rental payment of around $7,000, $7,500 if this all said and done. And understand right now, mortgage payments on a house for you to own it and the benefits of home ownership could save you, could be $1,000+ a month. So do not look at this as that seller's on strike. You shouldn't be on strike if you're a buyer. You have a powerful place in today's market where you can take advantage of this and get ahead of it with a low interest rate, buying it down with the mindset that there will be a temporary thing. Strikes are temporary. In California right now, the actors and the writers are on strike. Is that going to go on forever? What's going to happen once those actors and writers get settle and they're not on strike? More movies are going to be made. More sitcoms you're going to see are be popping out. So the same thing will occur once rates come down. Sellers will be off strike, and their home signs of strike will be replaced with for sale and open house signs. So remember that when you're looking at houses. We love to earn your business and trust. We work with the best lenders, best title companies, and we also can give you the best advice and knowledge on what you really should be thinking if you're going to make a move today. So please reach out to us. Thank you so much. We have a few open houses this weekend on both Saturday and Sunday. Please watch our social media. If you're looking to know what your home is worth in today's market, please go to the top corner of our screen if you're watching this on a television and use the QR code, or you can visit our website, My Parkland Home Value. I personally come out, or one of our fantastic team members comes out to give you a personal evaluation, personal unique marketing plan for your particular home. And we'd love to be able to earn your business and trust. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week for another market update.